4号传回去，那这个主是从大的改变。目前看的伊朗，它的核爆，它目前造低枚原子弹，原材料是够的，它是可以的，那就是看伊朗政权、伊朗的高层的决心是不是要试爆这枚核弹。目前看伊朗方面可以同时制造约3枚，按照现在材料。所以目前来看呢，很有可能伊朗会进行核试验。我还是提醒这个在伊朗或者在中东的这次袭击双方实际上都拿出了这个杀手锏，不排除整个中东地区会进行大灭绝，很多地缘政治激发生巨大影响。一定要及时关注现在这个地缘政治变局。如果真的发生这种气候是污染，要别忘尽快离开这个中东地区，这个设施永远是还有价格目前看双方还是围绕着军事设施、核设施、指挥中心进行挑战，还不排除下一步会针对人员设施，包括基础维护设施、电力设施。以色列现在来看，它和伊朗发生大规模
什么没卖完？
相对
什么没卖完？
它是整个的这个国土太狭窄，以色列国土太狭窄，所以伊朗实际上以集中目标打击以色列的核心区，所以以色列就是把一股相对制，伊朗相对以色列就是它的有几个世界想打击，所以伊朗它这个政权目前看想推翻还是伊朗老百姓其实看也没有现在推翻伊朗伊斯兰革命政权，伊朗反正叫实际上伊朗虽然会政权，但是对以色列所以目前看伊朗伊斯兰快推翻以来，就看伊朗什么时候试射这枚核弹。他现在呢能制造3枚，那么如果试射1枚，手里还有2枚，这2枚能够保证伊朗未来在边境地区不会受到侵略。另外1枚北京第2次试射，那么实际上就可以震慑像以色列9枚元。
Okay, we're not gonna get that gun, so let's increase our troops. Perfect. All right, now we can focus on upgrading our gun. Nice, we got the AK. Let's try to get this air vehicle. Come on. On second thought, let's move some more troops. Nice, let's make them beefy. Okay, let's go. Okay, shoot this motorcycle. Come on. Oh wait, there's a helicopter. Let's go for that. Oh no, we lost half our guys. This is last war survival.
1枚可以进行第2次试射，那么实际上就可以震慑像以色列像美军。那试射地点呢不排除 是在靠近哥斯湾岛或者在地下在伊朗的地下山区的地下实施。现在说呢，是在今天，但是现在也没有确定的消息。不过以色列方面，它的 F-35战机飞员的计划，那说明一点，中国俄罗斯给伊朗提供了拦截 F-35的飞来看到刚才的飞员也进入飞员下降的情况，但是这么小，那也就说明已经占据 F-35像以色列 F-35。美国的已经占据10年的情况，而且伊朗已经占据，暂时不做一次伊朗那再对伊朗是不是进入了所以从昨天的这个伊朗反攻和整个伊朗的这个反击来看，伊朗这方面我还是我觉得在中东一定要注意伊朗的核试验的消息。另外，一定要在以色列的我觉得一定要注意伊朗的报复或者对以色列核设施周边地区报复，如果发生这个核气漏，也还是尽快离开以色列。以色列现在来看，它已经在中东地区，现在来看，它已经准备今后以色列将遭到更大的报复。而且今天是川普的生日14，所以大家看川普升当年伊朗的核报复，美国在整个中东将不再是强大的伊朗的后期，沙特用后期，美国在中东的战略将彻底改变。所以可以看到，川普上台以后，我觉得川普将改变美国过去整体的中东战略。川普这个我觉得还是改变美国战略，而且对华战略、对中东战都不改变。还是要看今天伊朗如何反应，对吧？伊朗的核试验上还是。
You jest, surely.
这个伊朗呢，被以色列突击斩首了。伊朗的革命卫队总司令被暗杀，其实苏莱曼尼对吧？被杀，这又杀一个。以色列的斩首行动很成功，以色列的情报也很精准。那么这次空袭呢，共炸了伊朗10多个相关的核设施，以及其他军事设施相关的目标，而且还炸了德黑兰革命卫队的总部。你说这个以色列这个精不精准的？那是非常精准的啊！所以这次以色列是要彻底的搞伊朗了。同时，川普发出警告，要求美军家属尽快撤离中东。我们老说呀，以色列是美国的亲爹呀，也不假，因为以色列是美国放在中东的一个蝎子。那这个蝎子是真出菜呀，对吧？是真给成果呀。这个小小的国家，当然有援助你能出菜，这就很了不得呀。有些国家他妈的援助一堆，他也出不了菜，和一个废物似的啊。譬如印度，其实也包括伊朗，包括伊朗本身。你说这个以色列的统战价值在美国，它能不高吗？而且从目前关注的信息呢，以色列用的是战斗机和机载导弹啊，那么几乎全部按照设定的目标完成了任务。而且目前看呢，伊朗的飞机啊没有执行这种远程打击的能力，对吧？而且我们说这个伊朗和以色列呢并不搭界，所以伊朗只能远程打击，也就是基本上是靠导弹啊，靠导弹，对吧？ 那么伊朗的导弹呢，到底有多少，又能有多大的意义呢？我们也不是很清楚。那么川普说这事儿和他没关，川普也挺搞笑的啊，怎么能和他没关呢？这个我记得在今年年初录过视频谈过这个事情啊，核心问题是实用，即便到今天依旧实用。昨天还做了一个关于稳定币的事情，美元是深度绑定石油，石油是很关键的问题，而且美国现在已经成为世界上第一大石油出口国。比如我们都说美债怎么解决？如何发债？把石油价格拉到天上去，那不就发债了？那不就发债了？那么伊朗这个国家呢，也是挺烂。你听说我们说三胖不管怎么讲三胖顶着各种压力，真把核弹搞出来。伊朗这个这么多年了，包括以色列这一次打击伊朗，借口也是伊朗的核，对吧？伊朗这个违反国际原子能机构非法搞核武器，这个核武器也挺搞笑的。你看这个非法搞的也不少，印度巴基斯坦的三胖似乎有攻打很不错而且这么多年了，伊朗的每一轮制裁都是跟核相关跟核相关，对吧？这个因为这个核武器这个就原子弹的这个大弹的呢，被制裁了这么多年了结果到现在也没搞出来，对吧？这个核专家等等一波波被杀，这就大家讲的伊朗内部被渗透成山了。而伊朗的教士集团本质是亲美派，这个问题说过很多次就不讲了。当年伊朗教士集团的第一任霍梅尼，对吧？在国内搞政治运动，然后流亡海外，流亡在哪儿呢？就在欧美流亡的呀，对吧？法国人给他送过去的。而且这个伊朗呢，其实这个教士集团搞的也叫以小遇大。因为伊朗的这几任呢最高精神领袖，对吧？阿塞拜疆人，伊朗主体是这个波斯人，对吧？以小遇大，以小遇大这种政权本身就很矛盾，就像满清似的，以小遇大。以小遇大的话呢，就总容易产生这种应于有帮助于家人的事情所以内部矛盾，内部这个民众呢，这个对教士集团也是极其不信任的而且这个伊朗的过去从苏莱曼尼开始到现在，又是升黑旗，又是升红旗，现在就差升白旗了。事实上已经升白旗。一个是川普官员的时候，伊朗已经准备好了川普这个投降要跪地求饶了，结果人家不理。然后印度巴勒斯坦那一次，就前不久那事儿嘛，伊朗也赶紧跑印度和印度这个签了一系列的协议，如何，这又赌输了，人家巴基斯坦人打赢了这就不得不说了，因为伊朗这个波斯人主体也是雅利安人印度这个上层主体也是雅利安人，是吧？雅利安人呢，这个做事情就不怎么靠谱。希特勒当年也要把德国往靠谱上拉，希特勒被干掉了呀，怎么办？结果德国人。所以这个哈梅内伊也一样，所以这个伊朗最高精神领袖教士集团是最高的，因为他们的核心就是环境一项，维持这个少数群体的特权才是核心。同样像我们说的这个伊朗，其实包括中国也好，俄罗斯也好，等很多国家其实给不少钱，也包括政治，因为华为这个被经费的，也给伊朗提供是吧？这是一个。第二个呢，就是前不久的事我们应该知道，对吧？中国这个促成伊朗和沙特的和解，促成这个什叶派和这个逊尼派的和解，对吧？中东让中东穆斯林们团结一致，结果你看后来这个，对不对？这些破烂事儿，所以这个伊朗这个教士集团呢，不堪大用，那么一直到伊朗被以色列干了，才宣布又退出了谈判。川普这次吧上台，又有幻想，又我不搞核武器了，又要谈判解除制裁了。现在终于意识到这个事儿，又退了。事实上，上一次呢给他解除制裁的时候，川普上台直接撕毁协议，你怎么能指望着川普给你谈这个呢？这也太可笑了，太可笑了。这也太他妈可笑了。这个宗教团体大部分呢都是又有部分，所以这个伊朗在挂黑旗和挂红旗之间，最终呢选择了挂白旗。 块而起。那么伊朗的战争的烈度呢？我们看目前呢依旧在上升，依旧在上升。那这个事情后续有什么影响？一个是我记得今年春节后的一个事情，大家应该记得。巴勒斯坦如果我们观察一个事情，就是以色列会不会打伊朗？我当然认为是会的，包括美债的解决，是包括电力这些解决不了实际问题，就是石油石油是硬通货，会其实伊斯兰问题，一是有所顾虑，就是我们要搞新能源，不能说不进口石油，一个是石油进口源。对吧？包括维持和沙特的，沙特现在是中国一大进口，然后通过俄罗斯、东南亚的多种渠道。事实上，我近年布局国际来讲呢，其实以前的布局核心其实就是东西。
give me strength.
因为石油这个东西确实是能掐住中国的。因为石油不仅仅是我们说这个车在用啊，包括农药化肥，大部分石油替代物，包括防光。更重要的化学基本都是由替代物为主非常那同时对我们的经济大家的我们当下的经济呢，在物价下跌，大部分行业没有利润的同时，如果石油价格大涨，因为石油是工业的血液，我国又是主要是工业国家，那就意味着成本大量的上升，就要带来输入性的通胀，输入性的通胀带来的话，那这个问题就是非常沉重。那就这是我们通常说的要陷入质量，要陷入质量。当然，我们从这个国家是不看，那也同样的，其实我们用这个上周三吧，对吧？配置的一些房地产的话，咱配置的少，都比这个好。但是就伊朗这个大概冲了个高先水价，但是包括周一或者下周，对吧？
I move as if
还回来了，
unseen.
还回来了。所以说后续的话，首先。那肯定是要油价拉
I
升。
am not your Zeus pet, monkey.
看这些两天看的这个油价，
I understand your intent.
从一天看了，至少15年下
If I must.
是结束不了。上涨跌跌，所以我这一年大家应该看了黄金，山东黄金、石头黄金
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
里边的这个什么蓝山通岭啊、深中华呀、黑亚大山的。这些标志是长不离的，那这个问题可能不是一轮房地，2日油价。我记得今年3月份我发了查这个视频，大家可以去找找。如果经常看我视频，应该当时谈过这个事情，就是伊朗要打伊朗，以色列去打。715之后，第二次其实包括美国的100%，我没有觉得美国的 CPI 全部会大的全部。中国的商品当然占一定的程度，这和美国的经济结构是有直接关系的，是有直接关系的。那么美国要把石油拉到什么程度？我们看过去，因为这个石油价格上升到一定程度，因为 CPI 美国的 CPI 当中石油权重太大了，在这种情况下，事实上罗斯福当年搞双轨制，因为美国现在已经世界最大产油国，最大产油，因为我们中国也搞双轨制。把国际上出口世界的价格拉到一个国内的是另外一个角度。是我们看我会不会往这方走。如果美国要是用双轨制的石油，那就是那么美债的问题能解决，因为就来个石油这个。那么今天的视频录完了，喜欢的请订阅一下。大家好，伊朗呢对以色列进行导弹的反制。那么，根据以色列飞机的报道呢，伊朗的这次袭击导致伤亡人数上升了7人。那么有几架航班呢宣布取消。那么以色列的当地发言人说呀，他们袭击了伊朗法反地区的核设施。以色列警方呢也宣称，在最近的伊朗袭击事件之后，大量警察部队继续在特拉维夫开展行动。以色列的公主报呢最新呢，因为推特上都有他们的官方账号，3月份就看到，说这个伊朗导弹导致特拉维夫建筑物全面倒塌，是部分建筑物全面倒塌，救援和应急小组呢正在以色列的多个地点开展活动，这些地点已受到火箭弹击中的报告。 那么作为反制呢，以色列对伊朗发动了对新一轮的袭击。这新一轮袭击呢是今天上午8点42分，在推特上看到的。那么伊朗的塔斯尼姆通讯社说呢，德黑兰以东的哈基米耶和德黑兰地区响起强烈的爆炸。那么2枚炮弹呢落在梅克尔巴德机场附近，这个梅克尔巴德机场在哪儿？咱也不知道。那么伊朗西部的乌德沃德地区呢发生了地震。伊朗军方发言人称啊，他们下一次导弹齐射将包括2000枚导弹。至少是上次齐射的20倍，只要有必要，真实承诺行动将继续下去。那么以色列媒体随即呢，分析说呢，伊朗大概有2万到9万不等的导弹，就具体说不清楚，反正下边2万，上下是9万。伊朗外交部呢随即称呢，以色列已经越过所有红线。那么在推特上我们看到大量的在加沙地区、巴勒斯坦的加沙地区的拍到的伊朗导弹的镜头像放烟花一样。那么也有宣称推特上很多在流传，当然目前以色列没有证实的，就是以色列海军指挥官在伊朗弹道导弹袭击当中丧生。美国的福克斯新闻的福克斯呢证实说，伊朗袭击了相当于美国五角大楼的这个单词我不认识就相当于就是袭击了以色列的军事总部，以色列的这个类似于美国的五角大楼。那么以色列平台说呢，最近对特拉维夫的袭击可能击中了内塔尼亚胡的地下眼底。那么以色列的军方发言人呢随即表示就是不惧怕伊朗的袭击。那么特拉维夫呢，就以色列的首都呢出现了大量的袭击。那么伊朗军官称呢，伊朗计划加强对以色列的袭击，并誓言将袭击任何帮助保卫以色列国家的机会。那么伊朗军官也说以色列人呢有一个历史性的机会来推翻内塔尼亚胡，并拯救他们的城市。那么一些伊朗的弹头呢，据说是配备了巨大的弹头，目前的情况就是这个样子。就是伊朗呢今天呢进行了2轮袭击，第一轮袭击规模小点，第2轮袭击规模大点。第2轮袭击呢，以色列的这个怎么讲呢？军备大楼吧，民空的这个，那么伊朗宣称可能命中了内塔尼亚胡的地下眼底。这个传的是以色列的一名高级军官指挥官丧生。那么多处呢这个居民民宅倒塌，多处大楼呢化为废墟。那么以色列呢也随即反击，所以目前呢以色列打的力度上升，伊朗呢喊的力度上升，就说伊朗目前的这个攻击力度不够大以色列呢紧接着开始第2轮的涨涨行动，当然第2轮涨涨行动，反正以色列军方自己说开始目前是个成果没有办的最新的新闻出来了。那么而且这里有一个非常搞笑的事情，就是以色列刚发起伊朗的军事，就是他的德国队长高级军官被战斗，以色列伊朗的第一件事呢就是打电话给美国，然后说我被以色列打扰了，这也是让人大开眼界，大开眼界。所以这个伊朗呢，对这个美国，就是你要为就彻底为，你要说就是要强就彻底强，结果搞成现在这个样子。事实上，从91年代，从92年左右，当时的伊朗也卖石油这么多钱。虽然后来美国制裁了，但是伊朗的石油有各种通道去出口，包括我的公司等很多国家，那么挣了一些钱。那这些钱呢，其实没有用于改善伊朗的国内民生，也没有用于伊朗的工业设备的制造和升级，而是用于大搞革命输出，也就我们知道的什叶派指派伊朗的革命。尤其是什叶派，就是苏莱曼就搞了20年，全国人民来顶招待然后搞农村用一大堆的这个核设施，对吧？农村用整个我
不是吃饱了。 不是说是
反弹，然后苏莱曼尼被斩杀之后呢，伊朗的强悍来袭的飞机不会然后要下面，也因为过去20年伊朗学管区的保护外汇全部用于革命输出了，没有用于改善国内的民主。事实上，伊朗国内的民主是差伊朗国内民主这个反当中下的伊朗系统，把这个后面的提进把他们垃圾抗议机会也有好多，把早期伊朗一个革命镇压，后来也镇压不了，这样的一个这样的事儿。所以这就是伊朗的可笑之处嘛。你既然花了这么多钱啊，跟你特在搞垃圾，你错，对吧？你就搞出个成果来，这个你搞得国内比新加坡大。然后呢，苏莱曼尼斩杀就突然又不搞了，那你这20年干没什么？干嘛呢？不送了偷偷浪费了呀，送偷偷浪费了。然后也等于间接出卖了这个胡塞啊，还有这个叙利亚中东的世界代表这个国家。然后中国呢，当初签下的和这个叙利亚这个沙特他们和解了，对吧？然后和解了，一阵又不和解了，对吧？然后又去找美国了。始终想不通，对吧？这个如果你从来没如何平衡跟以色列的关系，我想不通。然后呢，这个伊朗这个将士呢，尤其是他们那像上个世纪讲阿塞拜疆的一小伟大的大所有的这个手段都搞定了啊。伊朗国内呢两派啊，一派是这个我们讲可以理解成强硬派，一派理解成亲美派。在军事力量里分别代表着革命卫队和这个伊朗国。伊朗有2套军事系统啊，这个革命卫队3通都有，跟国防队一样3通都有，代表两派，对吧？一派呢不主张不搞后继和美国工业，一派就坚决搞后继啊。那这也是伊朗这个后继始终搞不来的。他们那个其实也不太光明对，就是搞两派平衡，对吧？时而和解，时而不和解，折腾来半天，核武器搞不来。这个以哈梅伊为代表的呢，这个阿塞拜疆人也只在乎这个少数的安全事，这个包外人啊，不搞中国，对吧？就这么回事啊，所以就搞成这么回事。但是你知道，最终大清也就七点2这个教育赛也这样，这个比小于大，他才中间教育的这样，搞来搞去，自己也不敢听。所以目前呢，伊朗虽然导弹袭击了，说实话力度太弱，网上的话讲，在升白旗和不是在升黑旗和升红旗之后选择了升白旗，在这个打炮弹和打导弹之间的选择了打对方，哎呀，太嘚儿了。这个以前呢，我也认为伊朗还挺强的国家啊，这个就这么太是，还是我说的以斗求团结在，以退让求团结是在，而且美国和以色列或者和伊朗和解了，平衡中东关系，中东一片和平了，石油价格大跌，那美国怎么办呢？似乎伊朗整个国家都被考虑。在中东一定要输一个地方，这个地方缴了关，石油价格能维持在高位上，尤其是美国美国现在已经是世界上第2个石油出口，它的这个产能是非常庞大的，但是它的成本不高，只有石油价格维持高位，啊。 石油价格为什么低？这个伊朗现在能看出出口石油，你想出口太阳出口，现在全球石油产业是不是？第一个是原本进口石油的美国，美国其实在2013年之前是世界最大的石油进口，我们13年之后超越美国，就算第二吧，第二大石油进口国，突然变成最大的出口国，那石油一下供给过剩了呀，再加上这几年的绿色革命，对吧？新能源车，你要知道，包括中国一样，这个石油的第一大用途就是开车烧。这个当然包括民用车，也包括这个交通用途，比如卡车、公交车，也包括这个汽车，也包括火车的啊，也包括。第一就是烧，然后就是化学用途。所以这个不管我国，全世界都这样吧，这个被烧掉了是最大的因素。一方面呢，原本第二大进口国美国成第一大出口国，另外一方面呢，新能源车都替代了一部分，对吧？全世界人口在减少，需求是在减少，供给在增加的，对吧？美国怎么能带着你和平去玩呢？跟着你，对吧？你怎么能跟着美国一起去？想想都不想。同样的，中国是最大的石油进口，这个伊朗也很公司也好，你本身就是有市场，自己学会了要站在自己，用这个在伟业经常看到一句话，这算是甲方的。那今天的视频就是这样，喜欢的请订阅一下。
Color your world with rich, bold flavor. Cupid. Loved in Japan for 100 years. Kewpie mayonnaise.
I understand your intent. Lives beyond the veil.
I won't stand for it. I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. Who if not me? My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll make it happen.
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause.
I will do my duty. One fewer target. It will be done. Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do. Already done. Nothing I can't do. Not a problem for me. Suits my purposes.
Hear you moving? No more.
I've suffered worse. Out of my way! Death to non-believers! Go hand in hand.
Need to turn ideas into real-world solutions? Try Lucid Chart.
各位同胞，大家好啊！那么现在伊朗伊斯兰共和国呢是正式向这个迦南地带以色列发动一个反击而且反击规模和手段以及效果非常明显啊。那么等会儿我们来介绍一下这样。那么从大的方向来讲，那么以色列呢，首先这个找美国过来去跟伊朗谈判。其实这个谈判其实就是一个假的谈判，就是为了麻痹伊朗。那么现在也有媒体曝光出来是这样的事儿，就是川普去麻痹伊朗，所以伊朗要放弃幻想准备战斗。那么你放弃了幻想准备战斗了呢？那么中国跟俄罗斯的态度就有所转变。当然，俄罗斯我认为好像可能没有转变，因为俄罗斯说愿意当1亿两方的调停人，这普京讲。但中国在联合国层面是严厉谴责以色列侵犯伊朗主权，因为大家知道，内塔尼亚胡在攻击以后打了一圈电话，没有中国，因为中国现在跟以色列关系非常重要因为中国国内也是全面的反特萨姆。对吧？所以说，你伊朗之前玩假，中国现在非常现实。你伊朗玩假的玩嘴炮给我跟印度、日本勾肩搭背、勾三搭四那我他妈的就是外交程度高度低但是如果说你敢反击了那他妈的我们就承认以你的实际行动来观察你到底怎么样这个老毕早就说过了，你伊朗就是13点，势不两端。阿塞拜疆突厥人嘛，对吧？就是那种草原的那种属性，今天跑到那，明天跑到这，今天跟大唐好了，明天跟大唐不好了，今天偷袭一把，明天怎么样？干的都是事儿中国历史上，我们主体民族也是很清楚的跟这个种族是打过交道的，知道他们是什么货色对吧？那会儿在南北朝末期以及这个隋朝那段时间，对吧？你见到这个隋朝杨坚杨广也是跟他们一块儿和亲弄好送礼怎么样最后他妈三番两次的就说四个协议，对吧？所以说这帮一下就说，那么到了唐朝，到了李世民，到了李治，他妈就彻底就清他这个就是这样的一种属性风格，一个种族的属性它是改变不了的就好像我们，对吧？我们这个种族汉族这个种族属性，对吧？就是敢跟你玩，我首先向你表示友谊，但是你他妈的不需要我们的友谊。那我们敢去跟你玩命对吧？我们身上有反抗精神， 这个是任何，对吧？谁都没办法来奴役我，好吧？这是一个。那我们看一下具体的这个行动啊。据以色列时报、美国有线电视新闻网、美联社等媒体报道，当地时间6月13日晚，伊朗对以色列发动3波导弹袭击，以境内多处建筑物被击中，说已有超过60人受伤，1人死亡。伊朗最高领袖哈梅内伊当天发表声明，称伊朗武装部队将采取武力行动，彻底摧毁以色列政权。以色列境内数百栋建筑受损，超60人受伤，1人死亡。伊朗革命卫队当晚发布声明称，本人针对以色列袭击展开的报复，名为90年3，代号为阿里本阿比塔里。这针对行动成功对包括军事中心和空军基地在内的数十个目标实施了毁灭性技能打击。以色列国防军表示，已侦测到了3波来自伊朗的导弹袭击，军方拦截的部分导弹，公众按照指示进入受保护区，只有在收到明确指示后才允许离开。那么这个以军呢也对这个伊朗发动了新一轮打击，称这个以色列国防部长卡斯在一个声明中表示，伊朗向以色列居民聚集区发射导弹已经越过了红线。他补充称，我们将继续保卫以色列公民，确保伊朗为其行为付出沉重的代价。那么以色列国防部发言人戴夫林13日在记者会上表示，以色列在伊朗的军事行动才刚刚开始。戴夫林强调，以色列已做好了足够的准备，有足够能力完成自身的防空任务，无需盟友的支持。这个基本上是胡说八道。首先第一个啊，这次军事行动，因为我昨天做了好几期节目，主要是讲这个伊朗战略的这个分析，以及国内的现实，包括这么多波斯人民主义者他想要这个摆脱阿塞拜疆人的统治嘛。然后我也拿他做成中国式的我也是出了些主意，对吧？你少数要怎么统治多数，那也就是剑武功嘛。你之前政权比较稳定，是对吧？是因为有苏莱曼尼在啊，他妈这里去搞那里去搞，对吧？这个东西它就叫武功。少数统治多数就是这样，就是剑武功。你他妈带他妈大家去他妈往外打他妈爽啊，搞过来财富大家去分啊，这样是可以的。但是你他妈你见不了武功，还整天他妈吹牛逼，那这个就对比清朝一样，对吧？清朝他前100年啊，你开疆拓土，干这个干那个，打这个打那个，对吧？啊，而且是弄过了很多财富，对吧？啊，这个就是比较稳定，也真的比较稳定。但后面啊，你开始打进主体民族了，你开始他妈不干守国了，开始对外发动战争了，啊，然后再被他妈的英法联军点这样打，那你他妈你就不行啊，那你就是不行的。那么我们具体来讲这个军方的战术上细节啊。首先第一个，以色列公布的所谓的对伊朗的这个打击的所谓的伤亡数字，倒不一定是真的。这个大家都知道，他们历来喜欢打自己战，喜欢玩假的，这是他们的一种特点。包括这个乌克兰那边的泽连斯基这个科萨人也是的，整进马上就是在他的新闻里报道，乌克兰啊永远都是没有损失，而且乌克兰军队马上打到莫斯科了。那么这边呢，其实这边的内塔尼亚胡他们呢，都是来自于乌克兰这边顿巴斯地区的这个科萨人，跟泽连斯基呢是一样的，他们不是正宗的犹太人，正宗犹太人是巴勒斯坦啊，这一点大家一定要搞清楚。所以我昨天在给大家介绍历史的时候，我说尼布贾尼撒大帝当年掳走的是犹太人，打掉的是犹太人，而不是可萨人。
Scope creep, profitability, too much work, not enough work, cash flow planning, who's delivering what and when? Hey boss, wait till you see this. I was just on a demo with Productive. Look at all the things this tool can tell us. What needs to be done and when? Are we going over budget on this project? Who's available to work on what? And what our utilization rates are like? How much revenue we have in the pipeline? What we need to invoice? And more.
可萨人，因为可萨人是在后期啊，他们是在就是今天的顿巴斯地区，就是这个乌东四州，顿巴斯地区，他们活跃在这个地方。然后呢，也是会做生意，其实他们也是突厥人。啊，就是这个内塔尼亚胡他们，包括泽连斯基，他们也都是突厥人，啊， 他们叫可萨突厥人啊，他们就是在这个地方就是控制东西方的贸易，控制东西方的这个贸易。因为当年大家要知道，因为是在唐朝的时候，对吧？尤其是在唐朝以后，由于阿拉伯帝国控制着中东地区，双方就是东西方的贸易往来啊，东西方的贸易往来啊，尤其是这个东罗马帝国嘛，对吧？这一片整个罗马帝国跟中国的贸易往来没有办法通过中东进行，才会到最后衍生出来了什么？衍生出来了这个所谓的大航海时代，它是这么来的啊。需要中国的这些奢侈品，这些印度这种香料，中国的这种奢侈品啊，茶叶、绸缎啊、瓷器，还有很多一些手工业的一些产品，是这么来的。所以说呢，就通过哪边进行贸易？陆路贸易就是通过这个俄罗斯这一带，从俄罗斯这一带进行这个贸易，乌克兰那一带。所以可萨突厥啊，就是在那边，然后是改进了这个犹太教。所以对这个历史呢，一定要记住今天的这个啊。但是我在讲原始的时候，我认的是犹太人，这个他妈区别是很大的。那么，所以说呢，这个利户的集团呢，他们不是正宗的啊。像之前那些就是主张跟周边和好的，像拉宾他们，以色列那个总理拉宾被干掉的那个拉宾跟阿拉法特和解的那个拉宾是正儿八经的犹太人。就他们这个属于是这个叫做这个叫什么？叫做保守派的吧？啊，保守派的啊，温和派，他们这些属于。好了，那么所以说这边他就是说知道这个假消息，但是以色列国防总部直接被灭掉了，就是以色列的五角大楼直接被这个一个平地，而且可怕的是伊朗的导弹打进特拉维夫。很精准的就炸到了这些在人口密集场所的这些建筑物，对吧？然后这个以色列国防部长卡斯说这个伊朗划过红线了，啊，说超越红线了，也不是放屁嘛。那加沙地带的人口密度是全世界可以说数一数二的，你他妈在那地方干的是什么事儿？然后呢，这边被挨打了嘛，马上又要找加沙人去出气，他就是说这样一种思维，而且还说什么？那个以色列国防军发言人还说，他说伊朗啊，不要以为我们炸了伊朗啊，你们加沙人就没事了，我们还要干你们啊，然后又要在这种画这种红线方面啊进行这个大规模的杀戮，所以这些阿拉伯的那些表国家一点卵用都没有的，啊，他这里面已经被这个义军杀死40万人啊，杀掉40万人了啊。对吧？主要是妇女跟儿童，杀死40万人。他妈这些阿拉伯国家啥事也没有。我看那些沙特啊、什么卡塔尔啊、阿联酋那些王公贵族啊，还在那个迪拜的这个迪拜摩里面啊，不仅走路不紧不慢啊，在那里喝的红茶、喝的咖啡啊，在那里他妈逼的别的东西都不吃的，就是喝那个什么红茶、喝咖啡啊，对吧？你看这些逼有什么用？有什么用？没什么卵用，说白了啊，这个他妈种族就是垃圾，我说白了，还信那个宗教什么绿处啊，对吧？就是垃圾，就别扯淡了啊！还想着他妈逼什么利用叙利亚什么做生意，给欧洲卖石油天然气，我跟你讲，你那个东西进来那边，不他妈被他妈抵抗阵线给你捣毁，然后还有就是以色列的内盖夫啊，包括迪纳摩。啊，核实验场啊，这个内盖夫空军基地等等这些地方全都被伊朗给打击了，在这个闹市区精准打击目标，这是他妈导弹很牛逼的。而这次伊朗还发射了前射弹道导弹啊，从波斯湾的潜艇发射导弹轰炸这个以色列啊，而且美国帮助以色列根本就拦截不了啊，所以这一波打完以后，以色列没有什么软能力再去打了。那内塔尼亚胡都逃到希腊去了。内塔尼亚胡逃到希腊，啊，对吧？而且我跟各位讲，伊朗其实说，伊朗其实不是少数领导做出的话，你内部这些波斯人他妈不老实，说实话，我他妈直接就把核弹到这个打核弹到加兰去进行核爆， 然后你要是美国或者什么法国、英国抱着他自己的核爆打伊朗的话，是打死的也是你们他妈猪蹄子，打死也是你们波斯人啊！往阿塞拜疆一撤，往土库曼斯坦一撤，妈个逼的，我的种在这里保了，你他妈伊朗人都给你炸的都稀巴烂啊！而且以色列这次首要目的就是摧毁在库姆省圣山老林当中的这个这个叫浓缩铀高浓度浓缩铀，要把这个给它处理掉啊！这个基本上是不可能的。而且呢，以色列这一次袭击这个伊朗波兰还有叙利亚这边，包括它的军机空中战游机和这个战斗机都停在这个叙利亚的这个卫星基地里边停在这个里边到伊朗去做袭击的。那伊朗接下来应该不能直接把叙利亚卫星基地直接给它废了，川普跟伊朗谈，川普是什么？先被爆出来，是以色列要求川普怎么做，跟伊朗去谈，怎么去谈？麻痹这个伊朗然后让伊朗以为不会打，然后所以就偷袭，都是假谈。川普朝鲜都他妈吃过亏了，你他妈还什么可能？而且现在朝鲜表示直接支持伊朗你看朝鲜会生产大量导弹和这个准备会给核弹，直接给伊朗，反正伊朗自己也有能力生产核弹的。所以伊朗现在当务之急是干什么？一个是把他妈的这个加拿大狂轰滥炸，再一个就是进行地下核爆，赶紧进行地下核爆，拿朝鲜的朝鲜的核弹过来爆也可以的，进行地下核爆，知道吧？爆一次，他妈的就晃他以色列跟着，你跟以色列讲，如果你妈逼再敢打我，再敢打我的话，我他妈原子弹轰死你跟美国讲，你妈逼再跟我搞，你卡塔尔中央司令部直接拿原子弹轰你你这样一讲，你马上他妈的就不一样，知道吧？好吧伊朗要再接再厉
I love that SVA are a little bit old. When I need to contact them, I don't have to do the chatbots. With SVA, I always deal with a real person who provides great accounting advice and help. I'd highly recommend SVA. They're friendly, local, and easy to work with.
Void Master, if you please.
Fire at will.
Night shift at a gas station for quiet happening. The kind of place where hours crawl by with nothing but the home fluorescent lights.
Lance Baxter, slowly!
It's just me, a small convenience store, and a couple of pumps outside. The job is boring, but it pays, and I'm used to the silence. Most nights, I stock shelves, watch the security monitors, wait for morning. But one night, everything changed. It was around 2 a.m., and I hadn't seen a customer in hours. The store was dead quiet, just the buzz of the cooler back. I was behind the counter, flipping through a magazine, bell above the toilet jar. I looked up, expecting a tired driver. Instead, a man walked in. He was tall, wearing a dark hoodie pulled low over his face. His hands were stuffed in his pockets, and he moved slowly like he was stuck in the place. My stomach tightened. Something about it felt off. "Hey, welcome," I said, trying to sound warm. "Need help finding anything?" He didn't answer. He just wandered down the snack aisle, his head tilted. I glanced at the security monitor. His reflection showed him standing still, facing the camera, but his face was hidden. My heart beat faster. I told myself it was just a little weird late-night customer. Happens sometimes. I busied myself wiping the camera and keeping from grabbed a bag of chips and didn't come to the register. Instead, he walked to the back, just stood. Minutes passed. I could feel my pulse in my throat. The silence was heavy. My feet, lights. Sir, ready to check out? He called. He voiced loud and movement. He turned his head slowly, like he forgot I was there. Not yet, he said, his voice loud.
No emergency
Just stood by the chips and stared. I forced a smile. All right, take your time. My hands were sweaty. I glanced at the phone on the counter. The police were a call away, but I didn't want to overreact. He hadn't done anything wrong. Not yet.
Fade into nothing.
He was gone from the frame. My breath caught. I leaned forward, scanning the other cameras. Nothing. The aisles looked empty. My eyes darted to the door. The bell hadn't rung. He was still inside. I grabbed the baseball bat we kept under the counter, just in case.
Sail upon the seas of void.
Half joking. Now it felt like a lift. I stepped out from behind the counter and went tight.
Keep up the pressure!
I shook. No answer. I moved toward the aisles, my sneakers squeaking on the tile.
Engage
Too
the
quiet. I peeked down the snack aisle, empty. The cooler aisle, empty.
Take it easy, it's always a delivery deal. 3 large value pizzas delivered from just $25. Feed the crew and chill with 3 of New Zealand's favourite pizzas from $25 delivered. Saturdays only at Domino's.
My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. I turned toward the bathroom in the back, the only place I had to check. The door was cracked open, the light off. I tightened my grip on the bat and pushed the door with my foot. It creaked open. Nothing but darkness. I flipped to the light. Empty. I let out a shaky breath and turned back to the store. That's when I saw him. He was standing at the counter, right where I'd been, holding a bag of chips. His hood was still up, his face shadowed. I froze. He shouldn't have gotten there without me seeing. The bell hadn't moved. The cameras hadn't shown.
Dark void will erase their colors.
He tilted his head, and I caught a glimpse of his eyes.
Commence the symphony of macro cannon.
Yeah, I nodded, stepping back toward the counter, the bat still in my hand. Just checking the store. You ready to pay? He didn't move.
Lad!
Alone here? He asked, his voice soft but heavy, like he carried a threat. My mouth
Unleash our
back, he
fury.
said, hoping it sounded convincing. There was no coworker. It was just me until 6 a.m. Now he nodded slowly, like he didn't believe me. Must get lonely, he said, setting the chips on the counter. His hand moved slow, deliberate, and I saw a flash of something metallic in his pocket. A knife? My stomach dropped. I forced
Boy,
myself to stay
Buster,
calm,
if
scanning
you
the chips with shaking
please.
hands. That's 2.49 cents, he said, my voice barely steady. He reached into his pocket, and I braced myself, ready to swing the bat. But he pulled out a crumpled $5 bill and slid it across the counter. His fingers were long, pale, and smudged with dirt. I grabbed the bill, avoiding his touch, and fumbled for change. He didn't take it. He just stood there, staring. Keep it.
Blessed are the faithful.
He turned toward the door, but stopped, looking back at me. You should lock the door at night. Never know who's out there. My blood ran cold. He walked out, the bell jingling as the door swung shut. I rushed to the door and locked it, my hands trembling. I watched him through the glass as he walked to the edge of the lot where a beat-up truck was parked. He didn't get in. He just stood there, facing the store, his hood still up. I couldn't see his face, but I knew he was watching me. I grabbed the phone and dialed 911, my voice shaking as I told the operator about the man in the truck, the way he'd acted. They said they'd send a car, but it'd take 20 minutes. The highway was too far out. I kept the bat in my hand and watched the monitors. The truck didn't move. He didn't move. Then the power flickered. The lights buzzed, dimmed, and came back on. My heart stopped. I checked the monitors again. The truck was still there, but he was gone. I scanned every camera, every angle. Nothing. The bell hadn't rung. The door was still locked. I backed away from the counter, clutching the bat, my eyes darting to every corner of the store. The coolers hummed, the lights buzzed. Then I heard it, a faint scrape, like metal on tile coming from the back. My breath hitched. I wanted to run, but the only way out was the front door, and his truck was still there. "Sir?" I called, my voice barely a whisper. No answer. The scrape came again, closer now from the stock room. I crept toward the door, bat raised, my heart hammering. I pushed the door open. The stock room was dark with a single bulb flickering. Boxes were stacked high, casting long shadows. I stepped inside, my sneakers silent. Then I saw it. A flash of movement behind a stack of boxes. I swooped the bat, hitting nothing in the air. The can rolled across the floor, flattened. I froze, my breath shallow. "Who's there?" I said loudly. No answer. But I heard breathing, slow and heavy. I backed up, my back hitting the wall. The lights flickered again, and for a split second I saw him, standing in the shadows, his hood up, his eyes locked on mine. He didn't move. He didn't speak. He just stared. I bolted for the door, slamming it shut behind me. I grabbed the phone again, my hands shaking so bad I could barely dial. The operator said the police were 5 minutes out. I locked myself in a small office behind the counter, clutching the bat, watching the monitors. The truck was still there. The stockroom camera showed nothing but static. I waited, every second stretching into forever. The lights flickered again, the monitors went black. My heart was in my throat. I heard the scrape again, closer now, right outside the office door. I gripped the bat, tears stinging my eyes, and whispered to myself, "Just stay calm. Just stay calm." Then the door handle jiggled, slow at first, then faster, like someone was trying to force it open. I held my breath, ready to scream. The jiggling stopped. Silence. Then a low, rasping voice came from the door. "You should have locked the back door." My blood froze. I hadn't checked the back door. The stockroom had a delivery entrance. I'd forgotten to lock it. I wanted to scream, but my voice was gone. The handle jiggled again, harder this time. I backed into the corner, the bat shaking in my hands. Then I heard sirens. Red and blue lights flashed through the windows. The jiggling stopped. I heard footsteps, fast, fading away. I stayed in the office, too scared to move, until the police knocked on the door. They searched the store, the stockroom, the lot. The truck was gone. The back door was wide open. They found the bag of chips on the stockroom floor, unopened, next to a pocket knife. The police said I was lucky. They'd seen guys like him before. Drifters, looking for easy targets at lonely gas stations. They never caught him. I quit the next day. I couldn't go back. Every time I close my eyes, I see his face in the shadows, hear his voice through the door, and wonder what would have happened if the police hadn't shown up when they did. I worked the night shift at a small gas station off a lonely highway in a quiet town. It's a rundown place with 4 rusty pumps outside, a convenience store lit by flickering fluorescent lights, and a cramped back room with a cot and a flickering bulb. The air smells of stale coffee and motor oil. The counter is scratched from years of use. I took the job because I needed the money for bills, but the loneliness gets to me. Most nights it's just me, the hum of the computer, and a crackling radio playing country tunes. I keep a flashlight under the counter and a cheap coffee maker in the corner for long hours. Last night, though, I wish I'd called in sick. It was 10 p.m. when I started my shift. I locked the door behind me, flipped the open sign, and checked the register. The cash drawer stuck, as always, and I had to jiggle it open. I restocked the candy aisle, the crinkle of wrappers loud in the empty store, and wiped down the counter, smearing streaks of dust. The radio played softly a song about lost love, and I settled into my stool, scrolling through my phone. The lot outside was dark, the pumps glowing faintly over the metal canopies. No cars, no people, just silence. Around 12:30 a.m., the bell above the door jingled sharp and sudden. I looked up, my stomach dropped. A tall, gaunt man shuffled in, his boots scuffed and rolling. His flannel shirt was torn, stained with dark patches. Blood, I realized, and my throat tightened. His hands were worse, smeared red, with dirt caked into his nails. His face was pale, almost gray, and his eyes were wide, darting like he was looking for something. He grabbed a bottle of water from the cooler, the glass door thumping shut, and walked to the counter. Evening, I said, my voice shaky. I forced my hands to stay still as I straightened a stack of receipts. Just the water? He nodded, staring at the counter, not at me. His fingers twitched as he fished a crumpled $5 bill from his pocket. The bill was damp, leaving a faint red smudge on my hand when I took it. I scanned the bottle. It beeped loud in the silence, my heart pounding. That's $2.50, I said, trying to smile. My lips felt stiff. He slid the bill across, his hand trembled. I noticed a cut on his knuckle, fresh and oozing. I handed him his change, coins clinking in my shaky palm. He looked up then, his eyes locking onto mine, bloodshot and unblinking. Don't worry, he said, his voice low and fast about you. And shouting, it's not my blood. My breath caught. I opened my mouth, but no words came. He turned, his boots squeaking, and walked out, belching. I rushed to the window, watching him disappear past
the Emperor is with us!
No car, no sound, just gone. My hands were clammy, and his words echoed in my head. I checked the door lock twice, my fingers fumbling. I tried to focus on the radio, but the music sounded wrong now, too cheerful. By 1:30 a.m., I was still jumping. I kept glancing at the windows, expecting to see his face pressed against the glass.
As Joey hides tricks from her husband again, she's glad that the cooperative bank's out lets her hide her savings from herself with a tap to avoid devouring them all.
That's when I noticed a figure in pump number 6. He stood by a beat-up sedan, his paint chipped and windows tinted. He wasn't pumping gas, he wasn't checking his phone.
I'll make it happen.
Staring straight at the screen.
Follow my knees!
His hands were stuffed in his pockets, and his posture was odd, stiff, like a mannequin. His head tilted slightly, and I swear his eyes caught the pump's light, glinting like an animal's. I leaned closer to him, my breath fogged away last. He didn't move. His skin prickled, and I grabbed the intercom mic with my thumbs.
I am a navigator, not a
Hey, help out
servitor.
there? I said, my voice echoing inside. No response. He just kept staring, his head tilted further, almost unnatural. I tried again, louder.
I'm not
Bathroom
accustomed
key.
to being
Do you need
ordered
anything
around.
else? Nothing. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 15. He didn't budge, his gaze never wavering. I paced behind the counter.
I'll make it happen.
The register screen glowed faintly.
Who if not me?
I thought about calling the cops, but what could I say? The guy standing there freaking me out. I grabbed a pen and started doodling on a receipt, trying to calm down.
On it.
My hands shook, making jagged lines. By 2 a.m., it was gone. The sedan was still there, parked crooked, but the man had vanished. I checked the security monitor, a grainy
I'll
black
see
and
to
white
it
screen.
personally.
It showed nothing but the empty lot. I let out a shaky breath, my shoulders loosening, but my heart still raced. I told myself he walked off, maybe to another
I
station.
understand your
The
intent.
silence felt heavier now, like it was hiding something. At 2:30 a.m., I heard a faint
If I
honk
must.
from a small motorcycle. I looked out and saw a figure circle a lot of battered scooter. Its engine swept.
This tedium is beneath me.
Eyes were down, hiding his face, and he slowly.
If it serves your cause.
Loudly, and sped up.
Another soul slips beyond the
Chest
veil.
tightened. I gripped the counter, watching him loop around closer each time. He stopped right outside the
Favors the swift.
He got off, his movements jerky, and yanked on the door handle. The glass
I
rattled.
understand your intent.
Locked screen. Hey, he shot his head back, voice cracking. Closed for walk-ins after midnight.
Help
He didn't
me,
answer.
Lord Captain.
Again, harder. The door frame
If I may.
He started back and hit me on the counter, knocking over a display of gun. He pressed his helmet against the glass, the visor reflecting the solar's lights like a
If you
lamp.
insist, Lord Captain.
I could see his eyes when I felt then he turned, climbed back on his scooter and sped off, the film fading into the night. I was shaking, my breath coming in short gasps. I grabbed my phone, my fingers clumsy, and almost dialed 911. But I stopped. What if he came back? What if he was watching? I checked the locks and my hands sweating. I moved to the back room, closing the door. The cot smelled musty. A single bulb flickered, casting shadows on the cinder block walls. I sat there clutching my phone, trying to slow my breathing. At 3 a.m., the lights went out. The whole station plunged into darkness. The cougars hummed dying. The radio cutting.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
My heart leapt into my throat. I fumbled for the flashlight on the counter, dropping it twice before I got it on. The beam shook as I pointed it at the windows, glass reflecting the light back at me. Then I saw them. 2 figures, standing just outside the
I've seen worse battles than this in my
blood-covered
time.
man, and a staring man from the palm. They were just standing there, their faces pressed against the glass. The blood-covered man's eyes were wild, his lips curled into a faint, twisted smile. Blood smeared the window where his hands pressed, leaving streaks. The other man's hood was still up, his head tilted at that same unnatural angle, his eyes glinting with flashlights. My knees buckled, and I dropped the flashlight, beam spinning across the floor.
All too easy.
I scrambled to the back of the room, and slippers slipping on my linoleum. I locked the door, my hands trembled so bad I could barely turn the bolt. I crouched in the corner, next to the cot, my phone clutched to my chest. Thumbs
Absolutely not.
Slow, deliberate bangs on the glass. Then I heard scratching, like nails dragging across the window. My stomach churned, and I bit my lip to keep from crying out. Banging stopped, the footsteps started, heavy, uneven, circling the building. They crunched on the gravel outside, slow and deliberate, like they were looking for a way in. I dialed 911, my fingers shaking so much I misdialed twice. 911, what's your emergency? The operator's voice was calm. Someone's trying to get into the gas station, I whispered, my voice barely audible. 2 men outside banging on the door, their clothes covered in blood. Stay calm, she said. Where are you now? Back room, I said, my teeth chattering. Please send someone fast. Officers are on their way, she said. Stay where you are. Keep the line open. I huddled there, the phone pressed to my ear, listening to every sound.
I am not your Xenos pet. Guide me.
Something scraped against me, metal on metal, like a tool or a knife. My breath hitched, and I covered my mouth, afraid they'd hear me. The operator's voice was a faint tone, telling me to stay calm, but my heart was pounding so
This
loud.
tedium is beneath me.
Minutes stretched on, endless. The scraping stopped, and the silence was worse. I kept the flashlight off, afraid the light would leak under the door. My legs cramped from
I'll
crouching.
make it happen.
I kept seeing their faces in my mind. The blood-covered man's smile, the man's tilted head.
I'll see to it.
Finally, silence.
Sit and listen, taste of what's to come.
The lights flashed through the cracks in the door, painting the walls. I stayed put, my body frozen, until a loud knock shook the door. Police, anyone in there? A deep voice called. I stumbled to my feet, legs wobbling. 2 officers stood in the store, their flashlights swinging in the darkness.
On it.
One was old, with a stern face and a hand on his holster. The other was young.
It's as
his
good
eyes
as
wide,
done.
clutching his flashlight with a left. You okay? The burly one asked, his voice gruff. I nodded, throat too tight to speak. They were outside, I managed. 2 men. One had blood on him.
I
the other
am
was
not your
staring.
Xenos pet, Morgan.
They searched the lot, their boots crunching on gravel. The
If it
younger
serves
officer
your
checked the
cause.
security monitor. Power outage had killed him. The burly one flipped the breaker in the back. The lights
If
flicked
I
on,
must.
harsh and bright.
I deal
Looked out
death
the
with my
No
hands.
sedan, no scooter, no blood on the windows, no trace of it.
These
The breaker tripped,
flashes are
the burly officer
choking
said.
me.
Could have been a power surge. You sure about what you saw? I'm sure, I said, my voice trembling. They were right there, pressing on the glass.
Do
The
not
younger officer
dare
glanced at
ask.
the windows, his face pale. We'll file a report, he said. You got someone to cover your shift? Yeah,
Make it happen.
he said, my hands still shaking. I'm done here. I quit that night. I grabbed my jacket, left the keys on the counter, and walked out, the bell jingling one last time. The cops offered to drive me home, but I just wanted to get away. I keep seeing
Just
their
a minor
faces, the
setback.
blood-covered man's wild eyes, the hooded man's glinting stare.
Tried and
I don't know
tested
who they
tactics
were
are the
or what they
best.
wanted, but I feel them still, out there, watching, waiting for another night when I'm alone.
Wanting you
It
guys
will
in
be
trading
done.
finance bed. We all know the routine. Sitting on hold, listening to teen music.
I've been working the night shift at this gas station for 6 months. It's a small, rundown place at the edge of town, tucked between a dark stretch of highway and a patch of overgrown weeds. The Fluorescent lights buzz constantly, flickering every few hours, casting shadows on the faded mold. The air smells of stale coffee and motor oil, and the ancient radio behind the counter crackles with static, barely picking up the local country station. I spend most nights alone, bringing up energy drinks, cigarettes, gas for truckers, late-night stragglers. There's a tiny TV mounted in the corner, but the reception's so bad, it's mostly snow. I keep a worn paperback across from it to pass the time, enjoying the quiet. But last week, that quiet turned into something.
I'll see to it personally.
It started with a regular customer I called Joe. He's in his mid-40s, with a weathered face, deep lines in his bloodshot eyes, and always looking like he hasn't slept in days. His denim jacket is frayed at the cuffs, and his boots
I am not your Zenith pet, Monica. No weakness is hidden from
around 2
my
a.m.
sight.
most nights, always buying the
Foul
same thing.
creatures!
Black coffee and a styrofoam
Another
cup
soul
packed
slips
with
beyond the veil.
He'd make small talk about the price of gas or how slow the nights were, and I'd nod along, happy.
I am ready for whatever comes.
He seemed harmless, just another lonely soul drifting through. But 2 weeks ago, something changed. That first night, the bell above the door
Twice before crossing me.
restocking the candy aisle. Joe walked in, but his steps were
If it
slower
serves your
and heavier,
cause.
like he was dragging his feet on purpose. His hands were shoved deep in his pockets, and he didn't head for the coffee machine like usual. Instead, he stood near the chip rack, staring at it without touching it. The silence
If
stretched
only that were possible.
broken only by the hum of the cooler. I straightened up, brushing my hands on my apron, my gut telling me something was off. Everything okay, Joe? I asked, keeping my tone friendly, but my pulse quickened. He turned his head slowly,
Step
his
aside.
eyes locking
The navigator is coming.
wide, unblinking.
I am a
staring.
navigator, not a
You
servitor.
shouldn't be here alone, he said, his voice low and gravelly, almost whispered. My stomach twisted, and I felt a prickle of sweat on my neck. I forced a smile, trying to act normal. Just doing my job, I said, moving behind the counter, putting the scratched plexiglass between us. He didn't move, just kept staring, his hands still in his pockets. After what felt like forever, he shuffled to the coffee machine, poured his usual cup, and grabbed his smokes. He slid exact change across the counter without a word, his fingers brushing the edge of the register. I watched him walk out, his silhouette disappearing into the darkness behind the pumps. My heart was pounding, but I told myself he was just tired, maybe having a rough day. The next night, he was back. Same time, same heavy
Suits
steps.
my purposes.
Then came the smell of cleaning spray sharp in my nose. The radio was playing some old Johnny Cash song.
Not a problem for me.
The bell rang.
Oh,
Joe walked
too
in,
easy.
his jacket hanging loose on his frame. This time he didn't go for coffee. He wandered the aisles, picking up random items. A bag of
Not my
Doritos, a cheap
specialty.
lighter, a can of dip.
Nothing
Then
I
leaned
can't.
back to the store. Seconds, his head returned to it, his eyes catching mine before I could look away. My hands tightened on the rag, my throat dry.
Already done.
Looking for something specific. I called out, trying to sound casual, though my voice cracked slightly. He stopped in the middle of the aisle, holding the can of Coke, his fingers tapping against the can. They're watching me, he said, not looking at me.
see.
They're always watching me. His voice was flat, like he was talking about the price of bread. My skin prickled, and I glanced at the security camera monitor, its grainy feed showing nothing but
A
empty aisles
genius
and
at
parking.
work.
Who's watching? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. I didn't really
A
want to
wicked
make
thought.
the silence was worse. He didn't answer. He just set the can back on the shelf with a soft clink and walked out, the bell jingling sharply. I hurried to the door and locked it, my hands trembling. I wasn't supposed to lock up until closing, but I didn't care. I grabbed the phone under the counter and dialed my boss, my fingers fumbling over the buttons. He didn't answer, just voicemail.
I'll
I
see
hung up,
to it
my breath
personally.
shaking, telling myself Joe was just acting strange, maybe stressed
Not a
about something.
problem for me.
But the way his eyes had fixed on me, unblinking, stayed in my head all night. Over the next few nights, it got worse. Joe came in every shift, always around 2 or 3 a.m. He'd linger longer each time,
I don't have
pacing
time
the
for
aisles
this.
or standing by the coffee machine, muttering to himself. I caught
Nothing
fragments
I
of his
can't do.
words, things like "they know," "we're not safe." His face looked paler each night, his eyes more sunken, like he hadn't slept.
Suits
in
my
years.
purposes.
I started keeping the baseball bat we had under the counter closer, my fingers brushing its worn handle whenever he was in the store. I checked the locks obsessively, made sure the back door was bolted, and kept my phone in my pocket, ready to dial 911. One night, I was restocking the cooler. The cold air chilled my arms with air-ranged energy drinks. The bell rang, and my heart sank. Joe walked in, his boots louder.
I understand your intent.
I wanted to hear him coming. He didn't wander this time.
If I
He went
must.
straight to the counter, leaning over it, his hands flat on the plexiglass.
I am
I
not
stood
your
up slowly,
Z.
my mouth dry, a
Monkey.
can of Red Bull in my hand forgotten. You ever feel like you're not safe? He asked, his voice so quiet I barely heard it. His breath smelled of stale cigarettes and something sour. His eyes were locked on me, and I noticed his hands were trembling slightly. His knuckles white.
If it serves your cause.
I'm fine, I said, my voice shaking. I stepped back, bumping into the cigarette rack behind me. You need anything tonight, Joe?
Be careful not to cross my
His face
gaze.
twitched with plexiglass. I know
Isn't this
things
a
about
job for the
you, he
Sirs?
said, his voice slow and deliberate. Things you don't want people knowing. My blood ran cold. I had
am
no
not
idea
your
what it meant. My life was more than just
No
working.
more.
But the way he said it, like he'd been watching me, made my stomach churn.
I always have a back.
Please, just tell me what's right. I stammered, my hand sliding toward the panic button on the counter, hidden behind a stack of receipts. He smiled, a slow, crooked smile that didn't touch his eyes. Then before I could react, he reached over the counter and grabbed my wrist. His grip was tight, his fingers cold and rough. I gasped, trying to pull back, but he held on, his eyes never leaving mine. Don't scream, he said, his voice calm, almost soothing. I don't want to hurt you. Not yet. I yanked my arm free, my heart slamming against my ribs. Get out, I said, my voice trembling but loud. Get out now. He stared at me for a long moment, his smile fading. Then he turned and walked out, the bell jingling like a mockery of noise. I locked the door, my hands shaking so badly I fumbled the key. I pressed the panic button, sank to the floor behind the counter, and hugged my knees trying to breathe. The police came within 10 minutes, their flashlights sweeping the parking lot. I told them everything. Joe's words, his grip, his eyes. They took notes, said they'd look for me, but I could tell they thought it was just a weird guy, not a real threat. They didn't find him that night. I almost quit. The rent was due, and I couldn't afford to walk away. So I went back, promising myself I'd be smarter. I kept the door locked unless a customer was at the pump, checked the cameras every few minutes, and made sure the back door was secure.
Okay, we're not gonna get that gun, so let's increase our troops. Perfect. All right, now we can focus on upgrading our gun. Nice. We got the AK.
I even started parking my car closer to the entrance, just in case I needed to. But nothing prepared me for last night. It was 3 a.m., and I was sweeping receipts. Radio playing some faint song I didn't recognize. The store was identified, the only sound was of the lights. Then I heard a thud against the front. My head snapped up. There was Joe, his face pressed against the glass, his breath fogging it up. His eyes were wild, his mouth twisted into that crooked smile. He banged on the door again, hard enough to make the frame shake. Let me in, he shouted, his voice rough through the glass. My heart snapped. The door was locked, and the thud closed, like one good kick could break it. I dug behind the counter, my hands fumbling for the phone. Another thud, louder, and I heard the glass rattle. I know you're in there, he yelled. I peeked over the counter, my breath catching. He was holding a gun, tapping it against the glass, the metal glinting under the fluorescent lights. You can't hide, he said, his voice dropping to that eerie calm. I just want to talk. He started pacing in front of the door, the gun loose in his hand, his eyes scanning the windows like he was looking for a weak spot. I pressed the panic button, my fingers trembling so badly I hit it twice. My breath was loud, my vision blurring with tears. I grabbed the baseball bat, clutching it to my chest, my palms slick with sweat. The banging stopped, and for a moment I thought he'd left. Then I heard a new sound, a rattle at the back door. My stomach dropped. I'd forgotten to double-check it that night. I crept toward the back, the bat raised, my heart pounding so hard I thought I'd pass out. The rattle turned into a loud bang.
I always keep my options open.
Metal creaked, and I imagined it giving away, Joe stepping through with that gun. I backed away, my eyes darting between the front and back doors. In Another bang, then silence. I held my breath, listening. The front door rattled again, harder this time. I realized he was circling the building, testing every entrance. My legs felt weak, but I forced myself to stay low, moving back to the counter. I whispered, stay calm, but my voice was shaking. The bat felt useless in my hands. Then, headlights flashed across the windows, bright and sudden. The siren wailed, growing loud.
Oh,
I heard
too
Joe
hard
shout
for a
something.
simple
Its voice
monkey.
sharp, then the crunch of boots on gravel, running.
Is there money
I
to be
stayed crouched,
made?
too scared to move, until a cop's voice cut through the silence. Police, open the door. I crawled to the front, my hands shaking as I unlocked
You
it.
are different
Two
from your
officers
kin,
stepped in,
Iliad.
radios cracked.
And that worries
I
me.
told them everything.
Not knowing what to expect means I always have to be on my guard.
Pumps in the back alley.
You are
Joe was
unusually
gone. They
perceptive
found
for
his
a
truck
monkey.
mile down the road.
And you have
Abandoned
such an
ditch.
unruly
The
nature.
gun was inside, loaded.
Perhaps I should
They
take
said
a
he had
closer look at you.
arrested for harassment, trespassing, and some mental health wounds. He wasn't supposed to have a weapon. They promised to keep looking, but their faces said they weren't sure they'd find him.
Always keep your eye on the
I haven't
prize.
gone back to the gas station. I can't. Every time I close my eyes, I see Joe's face against the glass. Hear his voice saying he knows things about me. I keep the lights on at home now. Check the locks 3 times before bed. I'm looking for a new job. Something in an office, somewhere with me, during the day. I used to think night shifts were peaceful. A chance to be alone with my thoughts. Now I know the truth. Some dangers don't need shadows or ghosts to scare you. They just need someone like Joe, waiting in the dark.
Keep your wits
Over
about
there.
you.
When I first opened, I knew I didn't have the skills to do any of the accounting myself, so I contacted my local SBA company. I love that SBA are local and I can visit them in person. I'd highly recommend SBA. They're friendly, local, and easy to work with.
Ever felt like you're swimming against the current trying to get your business online? Crazy Domains has got your back. With Crazy Domains, giving your business an online presence is easy. You can build your website with our AI Builder. And AI Writer tools. And pick a domain name with just a few clicks. No tech skills required. An easy online presence means reaching more customers and growing your biz. Ready to make the online leap? Visit Crazy Domains and build your website today. Crazy Domains, where dreams become domains.
I will end your heresy!
Let us not dawdle.
Chicken stealer.
Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
Holy shit.
I'll see to it personally.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
On it. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll make it happen. The best defense is a good offense. Who if not me?
Vengeance will be swift. Scorn the pain.
Tell me, and it is done. I can do that. Jai Haydari. Remember the name.
I move swiftly to strike. If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. I understand your intent. Fortune favors the swift.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. For the throne's glory. I won't object to it. Let's see to it. But of course, Lord Captain.
Emperor, give me strength.
A tactically sound approach.
That is foolishness. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Victory is imminent. Indeed. It will be done. Target well struck. Reduce the damage. For von Valencius. I will do my duty.
It's as good as done. You should have thought twice before crossing me. On it. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me?
I know what I'm doing, usually. You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
I'm amended. I won't object to it. Naturally. Someone's death wish is mine to grant.
I can do that, with the right incentive.
Follow my lead.
Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is done.
Holy terror! Smite your enemies!
I approach the designated position.
Let's see to it. I won't object. Nothing stands against me. For the throne's glory. Let's see to it. Throne take you. I won't go down easy.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
I can do that. Across a Kazbalikin. Don't get too cocky. Am I getting paid for this? I can do that with the right incentive.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. It will be done. I took care of this one. Indeed.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. On it. I'll make it happen.
Living on the edge.
It's as good as done. Who, if not me? Consider this a taste of what's to come. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
A moving target lives longer. You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
My place is at the fore.
Jai Haydari. Remember the name. Don't get too cocky.
Naturally. Let's see to it. For the throne's glory. I won't object to it. Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
High momentum.
Do not dare ask. I have read tomes of military tactics.
Accept your lot.
It will be done. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent. Grey hair, sure hair. Indeed.
Watch my back.
Everyone, step aside.
smart people spend.通常说服新疆不是为了几个死老的儿，好多网友都喜欢这么说。那你们是？
This is so weird. This is amazing. That is really, really bizarre. This is huge. I'm coming across a massive structure that could be anything from a Bigfoot territory marker to a Bigfoot shelter to being stalked in the dead of night by what could prove to be the legendary cryptid. Here's how Bryce Johnson spent what he called the luckiest day of his life. Bigfoot and its territory markers. For Bryce Johnson, Dr. Maria Mayer, and the rest of the Expedition Bigfoot team, you find that the search for Bigfoot pushes on. This time, though, It looks as though they had come across something.
The litany of ordnance rings out across our decks.
我知道啊！
Lance battery, volley! With the force of a supernova! Torpedoes, away! Macro cannon, open fire! Initiate macro cannon barrage! Set course!
Voidmaster, if you please. Engage the lance. Unleash our fury! launch the devastating payload.
Let the void sort them out.
Commence torpedo launch.
No one can outmaneuver House Orcelio.
Engage the engines. Torpedoes, away! Let the void sort them out. Keep up the pressure. Launch battery, fully.
Another enemy sundered by the void.
是的。
Mistress Elliot, the ship's crew would be less alarmed if you made the slightest effort not to frighten them.
Monkey fears are not my concern, and even if I wanted to assuage them, your kind will never cease to fear those who stand above them.
I did fine.
It's worse than this. I will wipe your disgusting presence out of existence.
Fear me, monkey.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature. On it. The best defense is a good offense. Who, if not me? I'll make you howl.
I'll strike.
Bow to me.
Swift and silent. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I deal death with my hands. If I must. Ancestors, guide me!
I'll show you the real pain.
这身上的完事，可以开灯了这一会儿。
Already done. Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes. All too easy. Another clean strike. Not a problem for me.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
A tactically sound approach.
Skill is lacking.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Don't let your guard down.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
It's as good as... Consider this a taste of what's to come. I'll see to it personally. On it. I'll make it happen.
Woe to you.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Another serf painted black. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
What if...
Oh, shit!
Schemes within schemes. Let's see. A wicked thought.
You call this a strike?
A genius at work. What if? A maelstrom of madness. Schemes within schemes. Ah, another one is shattered. A wicked thought.
You will pay for this in blood.
A temporary setback. I owe you a debt. Who if not me?
not accustomed to being ordered around.
I'll see to it. The best defense is a good offense. I'll make it happen.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. This tedium is beneath me.
你说这干的特别快是吗？
I
对
am
对对
not
对，
your
是这挺
Xenos
管。
pet monkey. I understand your intent.
对。
If I must. No weakness is hidden from my sight. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. You moving? No more.
Already done. Suits my purposes. All too easy. Not a problem for me.
High momentum.
Victory is imminent.
You call this a strike?
At your beck and call. We'll rule the stars themselves. I will do my duty. Indeed. One fewer target.
Disgrace.
Victory is imminent. Target well struck.
I'll tear your heart out for this.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
over.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
If I may, isn't this a job for the serfs?
Through the smoke and gunfire!
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
It will be done. I will do my duty.
Let me educate you.
My ears are ringing.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
You are mine now.
None are better at searching. I have learned much in my exile.
There! Done!
I always keep my options open. I always have a backup plan. Success is the only outcome I accept. Is there money to be made?
本来一些那个地皮有很多东西出现体验，有相关的体验，但是还是专注的一起来讲清楚了，因为这里面有一个有价值的东西啊，就是馆长这个现象，我昨天才跟一个天津朋友聊啊，我才发现聊了之后，我突然感觉到他背后可能还有。洪志贤大姐，他背后可能跟他聊的，这个馆长圈可能不是只有民进党那些倒戈过来的，不是只有民进党分裂倒戈过来的人才去支持他，还有国民党跟那个蓝白联姻的，蓝的跟白的，因为你看中天全程念着嘛。
然后他的流量还有他的准备工作，他的那个媒体的套路，然后这种到了上海假装这种傻逼兮兮的高楼好大，四行仓库好多，为什么还跑四行仓库那个中东建设的那个地方？建党啊，不是建设不在上海，建党啊。这个全部是安排好的，包含那个一堆的那个甲亢式的那个一堆的那个路这是台版再来走一趟啊。本来去可以去，我也讲过它有它的意义，但是当中有一个很重点的意义各位一定要知道这是民国在表演给共和国最后一次反向教育了。那个是反面教材那个馆长是反面教材，你不要把它当正面了。它的价值除了我跟你讲，只是它有教育意义啦。它的教育意义是什么？除了那个房子都是利益集团垄断、私下谈香港模式之外，我前提过，还有另外一个教育意义就是，你看他现在有那些10亿政客，还有一大堆媒体去泼他嘛，你会发现中国高层都不理他们嘛，所以赶快再跑一个这种草根的。他的教育意义就在告诉你了民国在告诉你千万不要跟我一样不要这个样子，谄夷为重，千军为轻，黄忠回气，挖府内幕，你应该知道了到最后只有地痞流氓可以用然后那个粉是用台湾这边去空降灌装的嘛，你粉多又怎么样呢？对，中国大陆的中央政治局，他会在乎你这个粉的数量然后从它里面去讽刺黄志贤，我就觉得这就在告诉你一件事包含那个馆长在讽黄志贤的那个你们的粉都很低传统的统派像我统就可以，我来当统派的时候其实也不用急，不用关注，不用强化，不用炫那个粉对那个你想要表达的对象它是没有任何意义的这个理由是没有什么用，这其实上只有一个全部的面教意义从民国走到最后，给共和国看什么是谄夷为重，千军为轻，黄忠回气，挖府内幕。各位都听得懂，听我的人数虽少，但是听得懂这个成语啦。你们等级高嘛，人数少但等级高嘛。也知道什么是挖府内幕，只有这种是活着可以用。会走到这一步，这个 AMT 国民党包含中华民国什么中华民国，这个都已经是长时间冰冻三尺非一日之寒了，逐步累积到最后的。尤其像他这种馆长你也不用太在乎他那个什么东西，他过一阵子这个人就会忘掉了，因为这种假草根真地痞来演戏的，假的草根的来演戏的。这个很早就有了我小时候那个就蒋经国晚期开始，我只讲过他开始进入政被北邓给俘获掉之后，他就开始有一些就开始玩这种人物了。我记得很多今天没大早，我时间也多，我就干脆先讲为什么北邓可以突破蒋经国了因为蒋经国可能没有看准一件事情，我不是讲过吗？北邓说他要离开毛泽东路线了，要走另外一条路线了嘛，然后来找蒋经国嘛，谢谢蒋经国表面上是拒绝我3不政策，不接触、不谈判、不出现，我不会背离我爸爸的。可是他心里希望你北邓的背离毛泽东路线嘛，前天提过。可是蒋经国，你有一件事你没看准，你希望他背离毛泽东路线，而你不要背离蒋中正路线可是 你没有看准毛跟蒋之间的关系。蒋中正跟毛泽东之间的关系，不是外面的人看到那样，甚至不是他们两个人自己意识到的那样子。有一层关系是他们两个自己都不知道，我们两个原来是这个关系。所以，当你在鼓励，你在暗中支持，还没鼓励了啊，这要讲证据了。他是暗中支持，因为他的从当时台湾媒体就可以证明的，基本上少骂飞腾去骂毛泽东的时候，就明显证明一件事情，他是只希望，而且后来这个成语爆出来，他的成语当时已经爆出来，他是支持你的很便宜他的，他认为这样才有机可乘。可是你在鼓励他支持北移毛泽东路线的时候，你也等于是变相的，他自己不知道。
It's about family. It's about connection to the people around you, to the earth.
你知道，你一定会被老蒋的路线，你会跟着走，同济这样一起吧？不知道。所以你后面对他很清楚。当毛开始有被污名化的倾向的时候，你蒋也开始被台湾人唾弃，因为他们之间这个关系谁不知道的。那等到毛有机会回来，有人开始骂飞腾了吗？有机会回来，你蒋回不来啦。所以他就机关算尽，到最后落实这一面啊，我这里就压到这里不讲了。可是他做了这个判断之后，当时到底他在他晚期的时候出了很多种假草根的人物了，也就是你们抓到的早期的那些国师级人物慢慢凋零啊，甚至你弟弟蒋纬国都算是国师级人物，也排斥嘛，那无所谓，那是另外一回事，蒋家的事啊。但底下呢就开始兴起一个风气了啊，你开始要巴结一些没俗的东西了嘛，就出现一个假。
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen? Oh, Shireen, thank you for such generosity. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel towards Dargonus. The Mercatum Tabula Officiale. It sounds almost as majestic as the warrant of trade. Oh.
Elon Tag.
To what do I owe this visit?
美国和以色列一起参与的这次对伊朗的悍然的武装进攻，实际上是捅了中东最大的一个马虎。大家好，我是高志凯，欢迎收看高普评的比较起来，中东局势发生了更明显的变化。以色列叛乱对伊朗进行攻击。那第一个问题是，以色列什么时候开始准备这个攻击的？是最近吗？是今年吗？不是，以色列几十年以来一直想对伊朗发动攻击，要摧毁伊朗的核设施，彻底推翻伊朗是通获得核武器的这样的想法。第二个问题，同样的，以色列难道是吃了豹子胆？他竟然能够悍然对这么庞大的一个中东国家，一个伊斯兰国家进行武装进攻吗？他凭什么？大家听说，以色列主要就是靠他相信美国绝对不会放弃他。如果以色列进攻伊朗，美国一定会直接、间接的、公开的、暗地里的给予以色列帮助。美国总统说我们没参加，我们不知道。后来呢，再说我们没有参加，我们也不知道。他们甚至说你千万别找我们美国。但是后来在记者的追问下，我不承认，我事先就知道。只是我劝以色列不要这样用军事手段来达到目的。另外他还说，伊朗啊，你应该交出些东西啊，你应该如实的交代你的核计划到底是什么样。但是最关键，我说，如果伊朗胆敢报复以色列，那我们一定会帮助以色列，捍卫以色列的安全。这就意味着什么？第一个，现在很清楚，美国和以色列最近一直在捣这个事儿。至于他们关于怎么发动军事进攻、怎么分工等等啊，一起解决很清楚。但是以色列肯定是事先把情况跟美国人说了，而且美国肯定也是提供了种种样样的支援。
但是美国人现在说，哎，你先在前面打，我在背后支持，你先去打伊朗，然后呢，伊朗我要来报复你打我这个打
All hands prepare for battle station.
实际上，我觉得历史将证明，美国和以色列一起参与了这次对伊朗的叛人的武装进攻。那下一个问题是，以色列到底想干什么？难道以色列他就想摧毁伊朗的核武器计划，到此了结了？不对，我觉得以色列这次很有可能像上次他对付叙利亚一样，要彻底摧毁伊朗的空军力量和其他的武装，然后呢，再摧毁伊朗几十年一直在做伊朗实施和平的核计划，是核武器计划等等等等。那你想想看，伊朗这个国家国际面积大，而且地势非常稳定，有很多高山啊、中山峻岭啊等等。你说一个大的高原设施啊、研发基地啊，都就在深山老林里面，那么容易被以色列摧毁。难道留下一些有生力量，可以对以色列对于在中的美军进行报复？以色列对伊朗的武装进攻不宣而战，实际上是捅了中东最大的一个马虎。这个事儿就看怎么进行下去，它有可能要持续几个礼拜、几个月，甚至一两年都会反过来。另外，这次以色列发射的悍然的科技所造成的这个伤害，对于以色列和伊朗、以色列和穆斯林国家之间的这种仇恨的加剧，那可能不是几年、几十年就能够愈合，还有可能成为一个新的破坏以色列和中东各国和平友好关系的一个最重要的主轴。我们看到，自从以色列发动武装进攻以后，已经通过斩首行动杀害了伊朗方面军队的领导人呢，很多的科学家呀，这对于伊朗的存亡将造成不可逆和巨大的损失。但是，是不是意味着以色列已经得手了，他伊朗的核计划彻底的过端了？不可能。为什么呢？因为以色列对他们进攻也不是做了一天两天的准备了，他也做了几十年的准备啊，把很多的武器啊、弹药啊、设施啊、科研基地啊，在一个非常广泛的地区，往往是存在深山老林里面，不是的易摧。另外一个，如果不仅伊朗，他还会动员他在什叶派体系里边的，他在中东一股脑的对以色列、对于世界方面的犹太人的世界体系，这以色列可能也是一个猛端着走。谢谢大家收看，好看不宣而战，实际上是捅了中东最大的一个马虎。这个事儿就看怎么进行下去，它有可能要持续几个礼拜、几个月，甚至一两年。另外，这次以色列发动的悍然的科技所造成的这个伤害，对于以色列和穆斯林国家之间的这种仇恨的加剧，可能是几年、几十年就能够愈合，还有可能成为一个新的破坏以色列和中东各国和平友好关系的一个最重要的主轴。我们看到，自从以色列发动武装进攻以后，已经通过斩首行动杀害了伊朗方面军队的伊朗的存亡将造成不可弥补的巨大的损失。但是，是不是就意味着以色列已经得手了？为什么呢？因为伊朗在以色列对他们进攻也不是做了一天两天的准备了，他也做了几十年的准备了，把很多的武器啊、弹药啊、设施啊、科研基地啊，
原材料等等，都分布在一个非常广泛的地区，往往是存在深山老林里面，不是那么容易摧毁。另外一个，如果不仅伊朗，它还可以动员。
It's a bell. 大家好，你想背着的这个世界名字啊，你拿着这个事情对吧？而且关键问题是，人人都知道靠的，对吧？所以当你能靠自己
Sail upon the seas of void.
我说你要美国帮不了，对不对？美国要帮助你们，是吧？现在的美国成功什么？当然，美国成功也好，逃跑了嘛，人家要说嘛，是吧？所以这种恋爱打的那个
Drown them in the void.
对不对？把所有的能量都这样往所以以色列来说，你说这个世界这个其实说呢，这个对吧？那就是在大的啊，什么是主动力？就是美国不领嘛，所以美国不领嘛，那还得嘛，那你看对好比嘛，是不是？阳光我得好的，是吧？然后现在好的话，就美国里面，所以现在。美国不领在国家之内，这个一旦他比赛出完了，以色列
Coordinate set.
以色列对以色列人，是为了以色列人，他是为了什么？是为了在民间还能继续玩下去这个游戏而已，这个知道吧？因为如果他不能这样的话，这个游戏他那么他为了民间，所以他必须在对吧？与其啊，怎么说呢？与其趁机大因为这个可以趁机的话，10年20年，对吧？如果10年对不对？那再10年10年所以呢，这个样他在练习时候，让你发动方式，而且你让在明以色列第一个发动对吧？因为这个哈马斯切菜，是吧？是美国切菜，实际上呢，这个来讲，是吧？第二个。对吧
All hands prepare for acceleration.
是吧？这个都会慢慢的，所以对于他来说的话，他这个想，他想战，什么是战？就是你这么理解啊，纯人实力，人体结合，纯力是人，是吧？人体结合。就算啊，现在他把加沙100多万人看过，对吧
Launch the devastating payload.
在历史上，在都这样讲，你赢了，你是，对吧？你赢得了这个土地，对吧？但是你把你所有的土地然后耗尽了，你的能量耗尽了，然后让别人把它给他对吧？所以他需要战，最好的战，对吧？那谁能陪着谁呢？真正能陪着谁？对不对？通过在这个会议上和谈。
对不对？这个他知道，但是你要知道，美国人能不能帮你到最后，就算你能帮你最后的话，那这个专业这个所以说白了呢，几十年的时光过，对吧？就为了一个从40年开始，我现在几十年，从40到中东开始。每个国家起家，也不来对吧？阿拉伯中东挖了血，波斯这个变成对不对？中国到全是大的王国，对不对？一开始这个北亚是吧？那这些东西的话，都是在马路是吧？都是这个包圈的。
Engage the engines.
没有地震的那些关系，所以我说实话，暂时10年、20年之间这个方案，我怎么样？就100年的方案，我不没经历过这些人，对吧
？Unleash our fury.
这个人越越未来怎么说？是吧？对于未来来说的话，可能对于他们成长这是一个非常
A barbaric display. I am surprised we survived.
这就是你在这个人强调就是发生之后，就你开天劫了，中广这样还有这个准确的这个反对象。第3个需要你理解你把这个拿出来，这几点你需要都然后你怎么对不对？对吧？你要知道战争发生时机还是最好的时候。所以现在以色列发生，现在以色列是这样，以色列是什么呢？以色列是为了这方面。那什么意思呢？就是打不得不打。为什么要打呢？为什么不得不打呢？因为如果不打的话呢，就有些人怎么就是他不是说我准备战争，这是战争，他我打这个战争，我主动发动，对吧？讲这个道理，对不对？他现在是什么呢？说不打不行了。对吧？为了打而打，因为只有打才能得到一些东西，就跟日本人一样，日本人他们不知道这个有招这个地方，对吧？不管是这个山东料呀，还是这个历史，他们都是都是留学的，都是在美国，他们不知道这个是这个，我不知道，对吧？为什么他们建议不要开战？然后最后的话，他们就开战。其实一个很现实的问题就是不开战。战争停止不了，对吧？这个获利的能源问题，对不对？完了之后的话呢，美国人就会增加，对吧？所以最后的结局是什么呢？这最后的结局就是被拖到了战争，就是把这个不要去为了打仗而打仗，是被战争的最后拖着打仗。就你可以说伊朗很大，但伊朗再怎么战争，对吧？你同类战争，这是你必须知道的，不是人家需要的，对吧？这个
Time to earn your keep, crew.
那你的未来所以当你的未来，当你的这个国家，
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
所以你看说的未来的形势，是吧？我觉得
Torpedoes away.
是吧？这个其实没有。
With the force of a supernova. Launch battery, fully.
对吧？在北欧的水平也是我在这个方面给你对吧？在这个环境下面的话，所以的话呢，这是对在这个方面是吧？被跟着
With the force of a supernova.
他们说仔细策划了一个战争，这个战争有什么很大的好处？他就是这么跟你讲啊，就是说什么意思？你呀
，fire at will，
有一帮人给你老算计，然后你怎么办呢？时时呢你得敲老头，时时呢你得敲老头，他就属于这么一个状态。但是问题是呢，你可以求你对吧？但是就从这一次这个派别上我们看情况，对吧？伊朗人的导弹可以直接把你的所谓军队根本不，只是呢，他现在说啊，这是我说话啊，但是呢，新的战争浪潮，这个地方面一打，谁呀？他就老是吧？像，对不对？是这道理吧？好了，对你也不行，对吧？你还你不能说自己老虎也好，对吧？没谁了，是不是？美国人美国人是吧？所以这个游戏玩了新的军事浪潮没钱说应该将来
Where we fade into nothing.
马上直接开始发条件，熟悉运动线，挂学发了玩，这就是这些东西。
哦，对对，是够暖和了，对。
这么跟你讲，这世界现在国家非常是一个非常。
Initiate macro cannon barrage.
玩的是什么呢？玩的就是那20公里、16公里、18公里都一样，有的站一块，135公里，15来公里往这里，对吧？就这么一个。
Engage the macro cannons.
就这么没有什么不是说
Lance battery volley，
就是是一个头，是一个头，没有任何根本性变化。就是对于未来的这个啊，对于未来的这个方向的这个发展性的这个变化。对吧？有的是什么呢？知道吧？玩的是什么呢？玩的是所以说咱很悲哀。就这些人，你别这儿说有他们
Helmsman, take us in。
把未来的事，这么智慧的一个，一说就是这世界上这个民族是吧？把自己的明天在今天里要他智慧的明天。
Keep up the pressure。
对吧？他拼命去争夺呀，拼命去争抢啊，不过是一个自己的价格。未来的一个，是吧？可能未来还得非常多的情况。
The destination is known. Lance!
Take it easy with Domino's Super Saturday Delivery Deal. 3 large value pizzas delivered for just $24. 3 New Zealand's favourite pizza.
of macro cannons.
Fire at will. Victory is ours.
These creatures that are sighted, these humanoid, ape-like creatures, they're very tall, very shaggy. They've got extremely long limbs. Obviously, they're very strong. I think they're more than capable of surviving this harsh landscape.
A special task force set out on a mission deep in the Alaskan forests. But what started as a search quickly became a fight to make it out alive once they found Bigfoot footprints. There's something in Alaska. A special ops team pushed through the brutal Alaskan wilderness, doing everything they could to complete their mission. The freezing wind howled around them, and the thick snow made every step harder. But as they moved deeper into the forest, something felt off. There was an eerie presence, something unseen that seemed to be watching them. It followed them, staying just out of sight. They had no idea that this mission was about to take a turn they never expected. Tracking down mysterious creatures has never been easy. Just look at the centuries of people searching for mythical beings like vampires and werewolves. Most never find anything, but sometimes there's truth hidden in old legends. Some believe stories of creatures like Bigfoot are just myths, while others are convinced that something real is out there. A few dedicated people never stop searching, determined to uncover the truth. In the early months of 1994, a team of soldiers set out on what was supposed to be a standard training exercise in the Alaskan wilderness.
And so far, this is the best one we found out of the ones in the snow of the 19-incher. But I mean, that's just massive. I'll put my foot next to it. You guys get that perspective.
They weren't looking for Bigfoot. Their mission was all about strategic reconnaissance, sneaking into a target zone, observing quietly, and leaving without a trace. But something that made them forget all about their original plan. Something so shocking that they had to return to base immediately. Before setting out, they made sure they were fully prepared. They packed cross-country skis to move easily in the deep snow. Their backpacks were loaded with essential supplies, tents, food, and clothes to keep them safe from the cold. But they thought they were ready for anything. Their route took them from Fairbanks, heading east past Lansing Refugees. Everything was planned out to the last detail, but nothing could have prepared them for what they saw. One of the soldiers spotted something strange in the distance. His first instinct told him it wasn't a bear. It wasn't human either. It looked like something from ancient times, something prehistoric. Its face was more like an ape than a man. It moved in a way that was completely unnatural. And whatever it was not supposed to be there. The moment everything changed. Their journey through the snowy landscape was not an